What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I know, streamer. What are you doing? 2K23? Don't you know 2K25? I know. We played it yesterday. We made the cut, so we've kind of got our obligations here to finish up our Plat Round. So we're gonna keep with the normal schedule. We'll warm up. We'll play round 3, and then we'll head on over into the demo. We'll do the same thing with round 4 again tomorrow. Trust me, I want to test it out. But we've got some unfinished business in 2K23. We've got this. We've got the Impossible Challenge. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe next week we'll just grind the Impossible Challenge and then get back over to 2K25 fully to do some more testing. I think it's all going to depend on how we feel and what kind of stuff we want to get out of the demo. Yeah, I don't need to be the greatest day one as much as I want to be the greatest day one. But we're gonna roll with 2K23 just purely out of the obligation here at a minimum. But yeah, I do want to finish that Loopers Only challenge. We've had some runs that could beat it. I just got to be able to bring it on home, you know? But not what's going on. Rob, welcome back. Deuce, how's it going? Hope you are all doing well this evening. Good to see you all. Do I enjoy it? No, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, and I think by the looks of it here that we haven't gotten our swing too screwed up, because to be completely honest, I didn't feel like I had to change anything but swing plane to make 2K25 work. I felt like tempo wise we were still pretty good. Hey, what up, Johnny? Just getting going, getting some warm-ups. You're on a 7-stream streak? Heck yeah, dude. That's awesome. It means a lot to me. Like the fact that people, you know, will spend their evenings with me, especially that much. You know, there's always so many other people out there that you can watch, whether it be Twitch, YouTube, what have you. Everybody's got freedom of choice, so the fact that people spend time with me means a lot. Blacklight Freddy, have a Samsung? Guess you can barely read it because of the light. But this is some retro Samsung technology. We've got the Galaxy Tab 2, circa 2000 and probably like 12. That's the Samsung I have. I also have a Samsung TV downstairs. I have a Samsung TV downstairs. It's a 75-incher, but I have an iPhone. I can't call on that thing. Are you kidding me? It's not even charged. It hasn't been turned on in probably a decade. Would be a lot. At least 5 years it has not been turned on, but it just sits in my desk because I am a technology hoarder. Yeah, Freddie, I don't have. I was just memeing. My Samsung is a TV and an old tablet. I don't have a Samsung phone. I'm an iPhone guy. Buy one like every 8 years. You would think for somebody that's a software dev and just into gaming and different stuff that I would have more up-to-date technology across the board, but not really. More of a if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of guy. Practically how to sell your soul to get rid of electronics these days. I just have like a stash of electronics all over the place. They used to be in this drawer. I think I have some in here, some somewhere else. Like I've got old phones and tablets and watches and stuff. What's going on, DSK? Progress above level 9 on the 2025 demo? No, so I've only played 4 rounds So I don't know if we're at like level. I don't even know what level that put us at. We're only a few levels into it, so we'll definitely get back to it a little bit tonight. Do some more playing around with the character. I think I'm gonna try and at least get it to level 10 and try and like finish the challenges, and then maybe make a new character and just try and see like the difference between powerhouse and like technician and stuff. Still have your flip phones? I don't have my old cell phones from like high school and stuff. I have my old iPhones. I never had a flip phone. Yeah, I remember my parents having the flip phones and stuff. I had the old like slide phones, you know, full keyboard, because, you know, I paid for texting on my family plan. You know, my line had the unlimited texting on it. Yeah, back in, I'm not even saying that that's that old, but like just back in the days where it wasn't everybody has a smartphone with some sort of unlimited plan on it. It was like my dad had a work phone, my mom had a cell phone. She just had calling, and if I wanted texting, I had to pay for it. So I basically used my birthday money to pay for texting for the year. Pre-order the game should permit you to continue to improve your character into level 9 and beyond. Yeah, so I think you can go level 10 on any given character, and I think you're allowed like 3. So I think in the full release you can have 10 my players and level them. Yeah, you can level up further, right, to get to the overall 99 on any given one of them. I think you're capped at level 10, which I think maybe puts you to like 70, somewhere in the like upper 60s. I think like 70 overall is where the demo maxes out, but all that stuff carries over, so that's very nice. Used to play with them all the time. I remember my mom had kept her old flip phone, and my youngest sibling would play with it. Yeah, it's funny how kids will just mimic you. Like my son now, yeah, he'll take, if you leave one, you know, if my wife or I leave a new, yeah, not leave a new, but like leave our cell phone laying on a table or something, he'll pick it up and then he'll like, he'll just walk around with it on his face. Colin. Caplord Nord, what's going on? Excited for the new PGA game? At the moment I am. I know there's very split opinions on it. You know, I can't say that I really have spent enough time with the game to like have the firmest of opinions, but it is very different. So, you know, at the very least, it is something new to learn, and it looks nicer, and, you know, hopefully some things get tweaked and it just gets that little bit better, because I know the devs are around. You know, one of the HB guys was in the stream last night, and I wouldn't be surprised if they, you know, are around from time to time here, you know, as we get into the launch while we play the demo, and when, you know, the game comes out. You know, they're trying to keep an ear to the ground, you know, and see, you know, are there outstanding bugs? Are there tweaks that maybe need to be made? Yeah, so I'm enjoying it so far because I am completely sucking. I'm so bad. But I don't mind. I know some people have been, you know, they've been having success basically out the gate, and that's fine. You know, the fact that for me, having all the, you know, a few years under my belt at a pretty high level, having some struggles is not necessarily unwelcome. You know, having something to learn. There's a lot that's familiar and there's a lot that's different. I hammered that. I absolutely hammered that putt. Played the demo and it felt good gameplay wise. Yeah, it's very, very different. And so, you know, naturally that's going to draw split opinions. You know, it's one of those things, like I've heard a lot of people have some really positive things to say about it. You know, and there are a lot of people, yeah, I won't say a lot of people, there have been a small but loud, which is always kind of the case, that have been very opposed to it. Yeah, not to say that there aren't things that they enjoy from it, but you know, some people have some strong opinions about the swing. Feels much more realistic. I am blocking shots so far out to the side, Rob. we're getting these giant block fades or block slices, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I'm losing the ball like so far. Oh, I slowed that one. Need to commit on the shot. Yeah, it's a lot to learn. I mean, there's new. The other hard part is, like, we're playing a demo, right? So you only have like the basic shot stuff available to you, which I understand, like, the argument, right? If it's easy now, it's easier when you have all of the stuff. But on the other hand, we have 9 holes to play on the same conditions every time. Greens feel a little bit slower. You know, I would think at Scottsdale they'd be faster than they are, just generally speaking. And it's no wind, so it'll be interesting to see when that all comes in. You know, people saying that it feels like EA. There's definitely a lot of influence from EA, but without the randomness, which is, at least for me, a very big thing. Yeah, the randomness is what kind of ruined EA for me just out the gate. You know, I didn't give it a shot much outside of that because of it. These games don't get enough recognition. They're definitely more on the sim side, but I think swing mechanic wise, I mean, that's the big draw to these 2K games, is that they're tough, but they're masterable. You know, and even when you're really good at it, the course, you know, and conditions can be a brute, and there's the mental side of it too. You know, very much so, like real golf is. You know, and the course designer is a huge factor in these games, because you have a great design community that creates great courses that give you all this replayability. You pair that with solid mechanics, and you've got a really nice recipe. Yeah, what up, Pseudo? Welcome back. You're lefty in real life? Can't tell you how many times you've hooked in the water, saving this game too. Yeah, I mean, and right now, yeah, technically speaking, our characters are all kind of that amateur. I mean, obviously, amateur in the competitive sense, not amateur like me, golfing IRL amateur. Oh, that was fast. That's really gonna go because the wind is that way. Just here to cash in your streak, gotta run. Hey, no worries, Pseudo. Appreciate you stopping by. Keeping that streak going. I'll catch you later. I'll try and hit some proximities for you, alright? And if we can't hit proximities, try and hit putts. Been so long since you played EA. I missed the launch of EA because that's about the time that my son was born. So I was all paternity leave. Whoops. Talking into my swing cart path. So I missed the launch of that, and then I tried to play it a little bit afterwards, and you know, by then there were a lot less people playing it. And just from like what I played, the mechanics just never quite did it for me. You know, I think for like career mode it was fine. Because in career mode, you know, the randomness is just more of a nuisance than anything else. But playing competitively, to have it be like perfect shot, and then your ball just has just this giant cone of uncertainty, like, that wasn't fun to me. That was not fun to me. But that was, yeah, what? So that came out 2023. I probably haven't played this since like summer of 23. So like a year and a half ago. So like I have these faint memories of, you know, of what was there, right? Like, yeah, that was in EA, or... But the amount of time that I actually spent and how long ago that is, like, it's really hard for me to make true comparisons to EA. I hammered it. Wow. Boy, did I ever. Boy, did I ever hammer that one. Jeez. All the devs going over to 2K. Well, for those that are like privy to the info, actually, I want to look and see. Yeah, we haven't played for a long time. We put in 39 hours in total, which is only like a couple of weeks worth of playing it, just a little bit. But yeah, the first guy that talked on the dev diary was a hire from EA. Just as like a frame of reference kind of thing for people. So one of the like lead designers for this game came from EA, which I think has a lot to do with the demo and the preview, like preview videos and notes and everything. Like that's all stuff that EA did that 2K is taking note of. And from what I understand, this demo is gonna stay out, like, beyond the release of the game. It's not just like a lead up to, it's a demo to get people to try it out, which I keep saying this. I think if you put a demo out, you are kind of stating to the gaming community that, like, we believe in our game. We think it is good because we're gonna give you the chance to try it and like basically convince you to buy it. Whether that's accurate or not, like they have that belief. And that's definitely a positive thing to see, I think, out of any dev for any game. You know, because you can do all the marketing you want, but if you force somebody to drop $70 to buy your game, you know, being unsure how they're gonna feel about it. Oh, it did snap. Thought that maybe that would happen. Yeah, but if you have, okay, hey, spend $70 to play our game, and then, you know, I know on Steam you have like 2 hours to return it. I don't know what return policies are like on PlayStation and Xbox. You know, what must transpire in order to return a game. From what I understand on digital copies of console, like, I don't know if there's a play period in which you can refund it. Most games, especially Switch games, used to have a demo. Oh, I remember, I mean, now we're going back a bit, but I remember back on, like, PS2. I hit that too far. Back on, like, PS2, you would have those, like, summer game jams or whatever that would have, like, a bunch of different, I mean, I think I played the demo of MLB 05 or something, like, a number of times. My buddy and I used to actually play this, like, Monsters vs. Aliens game. We just play the demo and fight as the same two characters. NHL used to have one every year. But yeah, it's basically was like, hey, try our game. Like, it's fun. We think it's good. And we think, you know, you'll enjoy it too. And just by playing this little bit, you'll be convinced to fully spend on a game. You don't see that much anymore. A lot of times what you see now is games release full price. They're full price for a while. Some games will, like, go on sale not that long after release, it feels like. Sometimes they'll do those, like, free play weekends, which I think are beneficial. I know 2K for 2K21 and 2K23 like a year, so probably around this time next year, maybe a little bit later, yeah, they would put it on, like, not games with gold, they would put it on, like, the free PlayStation games. Yeah, so that gives, like, another surge. I don't know. Yeah, say what you will about the demo itself. I think it's a positive overall, because hopefully that's something that they find value in going forward for future iterations of the game, that they're like, hey, we're gonna put it in the community's hands. We want people to be able to test it. It's kind of like a one last chance for them to also get some feedback before the game is officially out. Right, they kind of have two windows here. They have feedback they can get from the demo, or like the early part of the game, and then they have that first week of the game being out for early access, and you would think that maybe there'll be some patches by, like, the day one. Yeah, so it gets people's hands on it, but it also gives it that little bit extra, you know, QA, so to speak. Either way, I've been very happy about the amount of content that we've gotten. Yeah, both as a an avid player, but also as a content creator, it gives me something to talk about. You know, there's stuff to actually get hyped up about, because it was, you know, with 2K23, I feel like it was, you know, you're hyped because it's like, oh, a new game is coming. But that's about all we had to work with. Yeah, so like me as the golf, you know, as a golf nerd, like of course I'm gonna get excited that a new golf game is coming. But when you come out this way and it's like, look at what we've done with the swing, and look at, you know, all these different features. Wow, that really broke at the end there, huh? It's like, okay, it's something to talk about, to think about, to maybe get some hype going, because we can kind of sneak preview at what's coming up. How different the swing? Yeah, I mean, it's the biggest change that they've made to the swing ever, I think. I mean, I don't know too much. I think the tempo edition, or the way that they've changed tempo, you know, over time, like I think 2K21 was a bigger adjustment from what I understand. I didn't play, you know, prior, so that one's a little bit harder for me to comment on. But 2K21 to 2K23 played very similar. There was just, they kind of changed how the swing plane versus tempo worked, but the swing mechanic itself was the same. But on this one, you know, completely modifying the swing directions and putting the angles in. I mean, I know it's something that EA put in, and to be fair, I didn't enjoy it in EA, but I also suck at it. So, yeah, there's gonna be bias in it. I never put the time in to try and learn it. You know, I know people do the pinpoint pitching in MLB The Show, and that's, you know, a lot of precise movement around the joystick, so maybe that's just something that I'm inexperienced with. What's going on, Jet Ski? Played the demo last night and you were hooked? I hit a lot of slices. I was not hooked. Now I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, we were starting to get some purer shots going. We were starting to get some purer shots going by the end. Still gonna need some time with it, but we were starting to get some pars on Legend, so just gotta get rid of the like really bad shots so that we don't keep getting those like double, triple bogey holes. Yeah, I think the way I'm looking at it right now is I'm excited until I'm not. I'm excited until I'm not. Draw work better than the fade. Yeah, I started with the fade, and we played that for 2 rounds, and then immediately on my 3rd round when I changed it to draw, I was able to find that swing plane a bit easier for sure. Think Legends where TGC should be? I mean, it's possible. I think it depends on if difficulty stays the way that it is right now. You know, it might be some modified version. It's also going to depend on like how courses play when you have, you know, full configuration and like user design courses. And wind. Oh, I didn't look at it. But like right now you're playing with no wind. It's not the lumpiest of courses. You know, there's just a lot of different factors in it. Before Plat gets up and running, so TGC as a whole will run as a unit jet ski, so it'll end up being, at least like the normal way that it goes, is the game will start, and then for the first like 4 weeks or so, 4 to 6 weeks, like you're running test events, everybody's kind of getting their characters leveled, everybody's playing with different difficulty settings and kind of giving their feedback, and people are testing stuff as like what is a good difficulty setting. Kind of in that time frame, then it'll go into a full qualifying, because it's a new game, and especially because the swing is so different. I could see myself qualifying into CC, but it also depends on how everybody else is adjusting, right? That's if we went today. Now it's day 1 and we don't have a leveled character, so, or day 2, I guess technically at this point. So it'll probably be like a month to 6 weeks. I wouldn't expect, it's the end, it's basically the start of March when the game comes out. I wouldn't expect till sometime in mid-April for TGC to get going. And then we'll roll from there. It'll be a full qualifying, everybody will get into their flights, and then, things should go like normal, Tournaments go, you'll have promotion events, like the first promo event will happen like 6 weeks after the start of the season, something like that. Majors will start to happen because we're heading into the spring, summer months. VC from 23 will carry over to 25. No, Seaspear, absolutely not. Anything that you do VC or clothing, whatever stuff you acquire in the demo will carry over to the full game, but nothing will carry over from game to game. It never has, and I don't think it ever will, because you would circumvent so many of the mechanics and have such a head start because you played a ton of the previous game. So every game is a fresh wipe, new VC, but anything that you do in the demo will carry over. That's been confirmed, and I think it also says it in the demo, so that's pretty nice. Saw ranked game mode. Wasn't sure if that was what TGC was becoming or if it was going to be a different thing. So there's 2K ranked, or 2K tours, and there's like the normal ranked. Let me pull up that up for you, because I think there's a tweet that I can reference from Seamount. Let's see here, Twitter, because he had grabbed some screenshots when he was out. I think all those guys have flown back. Let me dig it up. Where are you? Here it is. Okay. Gotta change my monitor so I can see things. Okay. So this is, I apologize for vertical stream. I need to set up different scenes so that I can toggle between stuff. But basically this is like you've got like daily and weekly tournaments. I believe this is the like 2K tours, because if you look closely, that weekly master one here says the Legend Championship, and then it says did not qualify, and then behind it there's an alternate event. So I think you play in this online stuff, and it looks like you have some sort of ranking, and then you're able, based on like how you stand, and where you've been with that'll qualify you in, or give you ranking points and stuff. I think this is the like 2K tours, and then you have your regular ranked matchmaking, which is going to be your solo and duo stuff that you're, whoops, that's the wrong one. Match play, that's the word I'm looking for. Solo and duo match play that we're all familiar with at this point. So yeah, that's where that all stands right now. And then TGC Tours will run through societies. Online societies are going to be cross-platform in the new game, which doesn't really affect too much from TGC, other than they can probably just pull the scores from a single platform as opposed to needing to pull it from the same name stuff in each platform. That'll be nice. Everybody's, these leaderboards will have everybody from all platforms all in one place, so you'll be able to fully see where you stand. Which will give you actually an idea of like cut line as you're playing. You'll know, where you're at against everybody, and then you can also see your stats and stuff if you want to nerd out. I was disappointed. The stats look exactly the same. It doesn't look like we're getting any sort of. I wanted stroke gain stats, and I wanted the long putt stats to get broken down. Yes, ranked is just pro, and it is swing stick only. And then the ranked tours, or the 2K tours, or whatever it's called, I guess it's 2K tours, that has different playlists. So that has pro-am up to master. There's no perfect swing and there's no legend, at least from the screenshot. So obviously remains to be seen. That's always stuff that they can adjust, or things that maybe we don't see in the initial screenshots of things. But it's content to play. We'll at least play it in the beginning. I mean, it's kind of, you see how it goes. I think EA kind of fell into a hole that I didn't really enjoy, which was you played in the free one to hopefully finish high enough to get some money, to get the special tokens to go into the higher ones, to play in that one, to get tokens to play in that one, to get to, and like, there were special fittings and stuff. I didn't enjoy the gameplay loop, probably because you saw a lot of the same courses over and over, and the scoring was ridiculous. So I think if there's the right balance of things, maybe that's enjoyable, at least for a little bit. I'm hoping that the ranked matchmaking stuff is enjoyable. It's on pro, that kind of stinks, but pro has the angled swing, so maybe it's gonna be a little bit better. It's swing stick only, so you're not gonna have the 3-click versus swing stick conversation. A lot of stuff is gonna be like it could be good in theory. Let's see how it plays when we actually get our hands on it. So I'm trying to remain optimistic with it. Like I said, I'm gonna be excited until I'm not. So I know there's that little bit of bias, or whatever you want to call it, that like, we've been playing this game for almost 2.5 years, so like, obviously something new is just shiny. There are obviously things from this game that I really enjoy, that aren't quite in the new game, but we'll go into it open mind. We're gonna keep messing with the demo, see what we can get out of that, and then just go from there. So we're gonna play Plat here in just a few minutes. What's the new game losing? So the timing mechanic in this game, right, where you pull back and you swing down, there's that timing of the downswing that gives you either a draw, like you get fast, perfect, or slow, right? If you hit it fast, depending on how fast you hit it, it goes more left and further, or how slow, more right and shorter, if you're a right-handed golfer. Obviously flip it if you're left-handed. So that's all combined, right? You have a swing plane and you have tempo. In the new game, they split it out, so your swing plane is only on your backswing, so it's like as you would take away, kind of where you set up in your takeaway is going to be your backswing. That's going to like dictate if you are on plane, push it or pull it. Your tempo is the downswing, which honestly has been pretty easy. And it's just a power adjustment. So if you're fast, you add power. If you're slow, you lose power. And then where you finish the downswing, if it's left, it's a closed face. If it's right, it's an open face. And then if it's on, you hit it square. So you can hit all sorts of combinations which also means you can hit the push draw or the like you use your swing plane to manipulate the swing, but the timing matters way less. It's more about how accurate you are on the swing plane. So is it my favorite? Potentially not. I do enjoy the timing aspect of it as it stands, but I can also see what they're trying to do. Shot shaping isn't as much of a thing. More shot type. Well, shot shaping is kind of like inherent, and it gets really hard to do. It's not just are you super accurate because you've just shrunk your window and you're still hitting the same exact shot to shape it. Now it's if you want to shape it, you know, you're actually like affecting the swing input direction that you have to give. It's very different. I understand that it's no matter what they do to it, some people are still going to dislike it. I'm gonna try and get better at it, and you know, time will tell. Maybe eventually we'll get fed up with it, but it for me is still early to tell. So they've split that mechanic up, and there's some mixed opinions there. Like I understand what they're doing, but it's also very different from what we're used to, and I do like what we're used to. So you know, it's a bit of a toss up in that regard. All right. So what we're gonna do here real quick, everybody, we're gonna take a little break so nobody misses anything. Roll some ads, kill the pre-rolls. We'll come back and we'll hop into Plat Round 3. And then once we're done with that, we're going over into 2K25 and we are going to mess around with the new demo. So appreciate y'all being here. We'll be back in like 3 minutes. If you have not already, consider following the Twitch. If you have not, sub into the YouTube and join the Discord. YouTube, we're trying to get to 1,000 subs. We're starting to close in on 900, which is awesome. Thank you guys so much. And if you join the Discord, that's the best place to keep up with when we go live, anytime we make updates to the stream, and just hanging out with the community that we've got going on here. So if you enjoy any of that, click the links, do the things. All right, we'll be back in like 3 minutes. Then we go. BRB.
It's raining.
Ads. That tower got pretty tall. It was a decently tall stack. All right, let's do it. Phoenix Championship at the Storm King. We got round 3 here. What are they giving us? Front tees, okay. Or at least first tee set. I guess I always make the assumption that it's front tees, but sometimes these designers do like varying tee positions, so it's not really truly the front. Very high winds, east firm, very firm, and moderate. So there's going to be a lot of bounce, but not as much roll. So we'll have to keep that in mind when it comes to our approach game, but then also the power that we put into these shots. Let's get after it. We will take that. Baby slow. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Alright, a little 9-iron here. Uphill. Wind off the side. We're going to lose 8, 67, 64, 63, somewhere in here, and then the wind's going to take it back out to this. Maybe a touch further, but I think big bounce and a little bit of roll. I think stock 8, you just have to get out left enough because this is gonna want to go. I did all of a sudden the 96% power. There's the big bounce, but it's moderate. I hadn't done it at all in the warm-ups, but we started to do that yesterday. Oh, welcome back, Maxi. Swing is so inconsistent in 2K25. Yeah, I mean, I feel that I was pretty inconsistent yesterday as well, but I think it's fair to say, like, it's still very new, right? Still very new, so we'll continue to spend time with it, and hopefully get better, right? That's the goal. Just keep practicing the angled swing planes, try different things, you know, try different feels, right? It's like real golf. You've got feel versus real. Unless that takes a kick to the right. That's unfortunate. It took a kick straight left. Yeah, it took a kick straight left. Yeah, you can try like different feelings for the thumb, like, you know, it feels like I'm pushing this far out to the right or pulling this much to the left, or even turning your controller a bit to reduce the amount of work your thumb has to do. You know, different grips and everything. It's the same thing like in golf, right? Like real golf. Everybody has different feels on how they get the club to different positions and face position. You know, you just gotta mess with it. It's not gonna be a one size fits all. Why is it so fast? We're gonna get away with it. But why'd that go so fast? Sticky fringe. Oh, it's no, oh right, this course doesn't have fringe. It just rolls straight into the heavy rough, right. Very new to golf games, so that's also a problem? Well, maybe, but could oddly be a blessing. You know? You're not necessarily stuck in your ways. You know, you get to come at it kind of with some fresh eyes, fresh hands. You don't have biases from years of playing, you know, so might not be might not be the worst thing. Might not be the worst thing to not have, you know, all sorts of muscle memory that's built up. That felt good. That felt very nice. This time we didn't have it on the left-hand side, so we're not going to go down to that rough. We actually get to stay up on the hill. Lovely. All right, speaking of lovely, we've got about 22 miles an hour of wind. Which out here, I don't know if that's going to quite play 20. I don't think it is. But this 5-iron is definitely still long. I hit that fast. It's gone. Where's that tempo coming from? Where's that tempo coming from? Okay, moderate, it's down the hill. You get it started. It's gonna move quite the bit right to left. It's only eking back. Or it's going left to right. It's only eking back the right to left. That could be good. That was carrying some speed. Even for 134s, that's cooking. Thank goodness there is a hole there to stop it. Oh, that sounds like something happening. I don't see a Twitch follow, so that must mean one thing. That's a YouTube sub. What do we got here? Get in there, Billy Goat. Incorporated. Fancy. Thank you very much for this YouTube sub. One closer to 900. Epic. Things you absolutely love to see. Now, where the heck does a shot like this go? Because you got to factor for wind. I don't want to be so far left. I might be, though. Move it a little bit back to the right, just in case. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Alright. Yeah, so the new game, the green, like the way the camera zooms in, it zooms in so much closer that I actually can't do the same worm cam. Because I take a look here, like, for those that don't know, when I'm looking like this, I'm kind of in the way. But the line lines up here. Like I use, I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna put the webcam out of the way. Right where I normally am, you can see a little triangle form because your monitor, right, the edge of the screen is flat, and then you see the slope, and I look at it over to the grid line that's moving here. I kind of use that to feel my breakout. Well, it's zoomed in so much in the next game, I can't see the edges. So I have like a harder time, yeah, using the same reference point that I'm used to. So that's gonna take some getting used to for sure. Yeah, get hyped. Look at him celebrating with his caddy. Alright, despite some of the funkiness there, we've almost been able to birdie everything. I don't know why I'm looking at this, because it's gonna add the same no matter what. 65, which is what the wind is basically gonna play us to. Downhill's gonna play us just a little bit onto the green. So I think if you go and then try, I think you have to actually cut it. Enough that it lands. I slowed that. I was apparently very wrong though anyway. Because that did not end up anywhere left anywhere close to where I thought it was going to. My bad. My bad. I was trying to play it with the tailwind, like, floated enough so that you get the angle going in. But you have to, like, shape it enough because it's going to be at the wind at its back for so long. Okay, I hit my power, which is a good thing because of pace on the 134s. Crazy enough, we still rolled it that far past. But not the greatest tee shot, which obviously means that we've got to have a little bit more skill here to do the old putt. There you go. All right, safe par. Long range par save on the par 3. Bad input, tough pin to get at. I mean, I could have gone just like standard loft and spin and just hope for the best. Okay, not as fast. I'm definitely a little bit inconsistent on the tempo right now. Some swings I'm getting a little bit trigger happy. I think you just have to do it kind of in a way I have to just be a little bit smoother with my swing. Like you have to have confidence on the downswing. Well, there's the too slow. You have to have confidence on the downswing, but you need it to be a little bit smoother all the way through. And that's one thing that I'm kind of failing at pretty hard right now. Man, it feels like the ball is just cooking through the early parts of the putt. Those long range ones, I'm like, did I blast it? Did I really hit it that hard? But it's not as bad as it looks. Now we're putting slows. Now we're putting slows together because I'm trying not to be so fast. So we gotta find the middle ground. You try and set up for some sort of lofted shot. I think you do. Actually, give it a chance to roll out. There's that fast again. Man's a struggle bus in here. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. 2K25, that lips out 100%. The lip physics in 2K25 have, at least so far, felt pretty violent. It's very firm. I just don't know that that climbs. Like, even if you shape it, it's a better strike. Ah. I tried to de-loft it to take wind off that way, like keep it out of the air for as long. Did not work. I just didn't feel like stretching. That's too short. And by too short, I also mean too left, but this is off the green. Basically a spot that you couldn't be. Close. Yeah, I probably would have been better to take the 8-iron and risked being short than being long like that and ending up where we did. Ooh. It's not a pretty tempo. 250, we could have reached in 2 as well. That's the swing we need. That's the swing we need. I think sometimes I like watch my character and I get a little bit of jerk to my swing because I'm trying to time it. I need to have just a little bit more feel. No way. It plants on the hill? I guess it is 134s. I guess it is 134s. You got me there. You got me there. Why is it that when I know that I need to make an adjustment, I don't do it? Because I sat there, I read the putt and went, you need to add because it's downhill, and I just don't do it. Like just some wild form of neglect for no reason. Absolutely none whatsoever. Didn't get it left enough. Not the worst heavy rough lie, but you still never really want to be in the heavy rough to begin with. You know? Kind of just not ideal. Put it in the water. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, whoops, I really would have preferred to just put it back. I can't seem to keep my... Can't quite seem to keep my swing together today. We have some really good streaks of it, and then we have some others. Yeah. Is it? I think everybody's probably in the same boat. New game's out, so now it's like Not out, but like out enough. Hard to care quite the same. Yeah, your mind's already on the new swing and trying to learn that. Did I hit it too short? You suck. Can't leave it short. Can't leave it short. Gotta get that double bogey right back. Oh, that's a lot of wind. 18. Downhill though. 184. Not gonna quite play 18, but it's gonna play a good bit, Colby. Slows. Freaking slows. What a bounce. What a bounce. Really? Really? To be fair, I have not hit good tempo in a number of holes, so you know, if I don't get bailed out by the putter, it's not saying too much. I'm also realizing we're only like 2 under on the round because we've given back 3 strokes. Needless to say, it does hurt. It does hurt a little bit. Man, I can't make any putts here to save my life. I can't make any putts here to save my life. All right, we got 70. It's gonna play at least 25. 6-iron de-lofted. That's horrible. Why can't I swing? Do not know. Like, practice was fine, and then I get all in my head, get all hot and bothered. I mean, I'm actually getting physically hot because obviously I'm sitting here with giant lights on and stuff, but hey, perfect. Imagine that. But it does start to add up, right? The worse you play, the less cool you are. Yeah, calm, cool, and collected is very much so also a like literal thing. Cool, so now I'm hitting perfects, but I'm hitting them 5% short. That's gonna do no good for anybody. Can't win. Can't win. $246, 17. Again, we're gonna call it like that 25. So 220. 3 hybrid is short. I mean, if you do this, it's gonna cut through. I don't want to go 3 wood because that's too long. Maybe if you play like a lofted cut and then start it out here. I hit it fast, so it's gonna stay out there. Distance is pretty good though. Just not gonna be anywhere in the vicinity to have a nice putt at it. Low. All right. All right. Yep. Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, I think as far as this week goes, I think 2K23 is I'm realizing the mental is checked out. The brain wants to play the new game. As is, I think, apparent by... I'm surprised we made the cut. We pulled together a nice round yesterday. But, yeah, if we're being honest with ourselves, the brain's not there. We had like a start to this round. Then as soon as the swing started to fall apart pretty quick. We just haven't gotten it back, but there hasn't been much of a care. Unfortunately, we're at the end of it. The results don't matter. Ah, good. We hit a couple of perfects to end. Not that the shot's anywhere close. Random birdie? Random birdie? Nah, of course this one's gonna go way high. Alright, 3 under. Probably the worst Plat Round we've had in a while. But, yeah, couldn't find tempo, and quite frankly, don't care. Let's go play some 2K25. I'm not gonna try and BS you all. Let's go do the thing everybody wants to do. Let's go do the thing that we're interested in. Oh, apparently we just advanced into the next round, so I don't know what the conditions are. Does it matter? Probably not. Probably not. Alright, gonna change all the categories on the different websites. I do wish there was a little bit easier of a way to do this, but you know, it is what it is. Close game, and here we go. Pause the music. All right. Change of pace, change of mentality. This is where we're supposed to suck. This is where we're supposed to suck. I didn't think it was going to affect me that much. I think when we come back next week, we'll play 2K23 and be in a better headspace with it. Maybe we'll skip TGC and we'll just go impossible challenge grind. I think that might actually be something that I want to do. But let's do some legend testing. See what the quests are. Kind of get our bearings. Let's see. So we are level 5. We're level 5 at the moment. So we've got training. My player 150. I'm assuming that's like XP. So we've got different XP trainings. I can check those out. We can check those out offline. We get 60 VC from it and a ball. Complete lesson, the backswing, and then do some practice. Yeah, so unless you guys want to see that stuff, we don't need to do it. Finish a round with a score of 38 or better, 35 or better, and 32 or better. So we're gonna have to do some good stuff. We need 3 pars in a row on legend, and we need a birdie. Yeah, let's get that legend grind going. We've got legend. I think all of the other stuff, I think we're on default legend actually. I'm gonna take it back down a little bit. We're gonna go classic. Book only is fine. We're gonna put the scout cam back on. I don't think we need the lie grid. Shot setup feedback. We'll put it on. Yeah, that's fine. We'll do like a slightly under default legend just to give ourselves. Because one thing that we talked about yesterday was looking at the icons for lies in when it comes to like the bunker and everything, and trying to match those to what percentages might be or what percentage ranges might be. And when it came time, I didn't actually do that. Okay. So off the tee box, I think we gotta take 3 wood here. We've been playing it kind of like this, where you shape it just to the edge. So that's a pull closed, slightly off the mark. Yeah, I mean it's punishing. It is punishing to say the least. So when it's buried like this, that's when it's like your 70 something to 80 something % lie. Which I think we in this case just have to honestly fly it onto the green. Right? Like we're aiming for center green with a little bit of a fade. Ball's below our feet. Okay, that's a pull. This is where you don't want to be. I think in this game, being short-sighted is deadly. Right? I think being short-sighted is deadly if you don't have like the pick skill. I should probably put the swing timing on I should probably put the swing time in. We got par though. That's good. Or when I'm saying swing time, I should probably put the vibration on. Just because I think that's going to be something that we more likely have unless we're playing on. Or at least put it on for the transition. I don't know, maybe that ends up being problematic. I'm not sure. Okay, so you're playing a fade. Actually, you know what? I think because we're testing, let's do one other thing. Let's put on the one of the Pro Vision. Let's put the trajectory on. Just the aim. We don't want the full. Just want the arc. I just want to be able to visualize what's happening. Right now, natural draw, right? When we put it to here, okay, so it's basically, it's still a slight draw. I know some people are like, what if we just tilt the controller? That's too much tilt. That'd be too much tilt. All right. Tilt the controller just a little bit. See, I don't know if that's, I don't think that's gonna help me. I don't think that's gonna help me. I know we're ruining our streak here. I'm just trying to test some things. Also, we're gonna put the music back on because it's pretty quiet out on the course. But what if we just keep? I feel like there's like part of me that's like learn. Nah, that's yeah. I don't know. I don't know how people do funky methods. I was trying to do like a different thumb method. I'm just gonna go back to what we've been doing. Perfect, but it's open. I mean, that's gonna still be killer. I don't know how you... Yeah, do you just start playing for that sort of thing? Like the loft... Loft is only doing a little bit here. Is there any way to advance the ball, or do we have to actually like... Because this is where I would be IRL. And it's like... I have to play... Like I unfortunately have to play just some sort of high shot, get over the trees and kind of punch it back out essentially. All right. Because like this is where I get into issues, like pin seeking, but I think if I can get it, maybe I need to finish more straight. No, I pulled it. So everything was good except for this. That's a 4-degree miss. I don't know, it just feels like some people are so good at hitting these, and like I apparently just don't have the same, like I can hit it straight back and straight forward. I do not have the same fidelity that some of these people do. All right, we take the max. I understand that. We were testing some things out. Oh right, it's the reset shot is the only thing. If you change clubs, that does not change it. Interesting. That was better. That's still off the mark on that backswing, and it just pulls us out. Oh boy. So is this lie still with everything that we're doing? Like when it reduces, I guess my question is, when it reduces the swing plane like this, how much, like, let's see what this aim does. Does this just still fire out to the right? Well, we pulled it. I guess if I ever hit perfect shots, we would know. This is where you would like play around with perfect swing to like understand exactly how these lies play. But no, I guess that wouldn't tell you anything. You like have to execute your swing direction on these lies. I do see what people are saying. There is a little bit of choppiness as the camera is like trying to move through. That is definitely a thing. All right, we've been missing left, so I'm gonna aim right fairway. And I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna over adjust it. I'm gonna push it right into the water. See there, if you get it, that's like the tough part. If you get it left and left, then you just play a draw, and that's like almost better than playing. Like, what if I aim for this, but then we set up and we hit a fade? Oh, I'm an idiot. I got the swing backwards in my head. I got the swing backwards in my head. We're going back. I'm doing it again. Run it back. Run it back. We're gonna play this shot. We're gonna loft it a little bit. Something like here. Bring it up to that, but then we're gonna manually input. Straight back. Now to the right, we're gonna manually fade it. I think a lot of that has to do with just like how much you actually lose on the shot, and that's what I don't know. I pulled that. That was pretty good. Everything else. All right, I know we've got a very high score. It's because we're taking redos. Yeah, it's just you really can't be that much off the mark. Like if you're gonna play for any sort of like if I'm gonna err on the side of draw, I have to aim more left. But obviously, like, I want to hit perfects. 'Cause that's ultimately the goal. I underhit it. Really trying to come to grips with this swing. I just feel like it's the minutest of mishits, but like I can aim center fairway every time. And if you try and go for it, you're in the water. So you play 7-iron to be safe. It's a little fade. They're pulling open. Just like when you miss on the same go, it's ain't purty. Man. What, you like tap it on and it rolls pretty hard. I underswung it, look at that. Didn't commit. Lost 5% power. Didn't commit, lost 3% power. You gotta be firm with it still. What's going on, Dopper? Have shot setup feedback, so I only have it on for transition. I have only had it on for transition. Hole open, so let's see. 149. I mean, that's a decent amount. Okay, we know these break, right? We've been watching these. Straightens out at the hole. But what is considered the tap-in? 2 foot, I guess, is not. It's like the tap-in animation is kind of nice, but also kind of meaningless. Should have tried the overpower. Like, I think this does bounce and get on. It's just that the pin is so far back. A little bit of extra distance would be nice. But I suppose having the putt is better than not. Up the hill, start getting it bending. You have to put so much pace into this. That's pretty good. Wow, still added too much to it and still missed it. Take it though, that's a bird, right? We don't have the consecutive pars, but I think that's a birdie. Yeah, there it is. Like, that's a nice swing. Like, that's a nice swing. It just feels like when you're barely off that mark, it is definitely super penalizing. Super penalizing. Like that. But I suppose as we upgrade it, it's gonna be better, right? That's the whole point. As you upgrade, that's pretty close. It's too high. Real nice lag though. Real nice lag. So we get a birdie, par. Unleash the legend, all right. Second try, not bad. Not bad, not bad. We actually had a bunch over par stuff just from testing out shots because we were running it back. So that works out perfectly fine for me. That's a 12 over with a max, right? Yeah, we maxed the second hole. Yeah, that's not bad. Still over par. I think the goal is ultimately to start getting to par better, but hey, there we go. There's our second Evo Tool Legend Challenge is done. We just have the training stuff, which we'll take care of offline. Control you have with Evo Swing versus randomness on 2K23? I don't think 2K23 has randomness. The mechanics are different. Yeah, and ultimately how your shots get dispersed is calculated in a different way. EA is the only one that has true randomness. Alright, so we still haven't... I think they need us to get to 67. So power and hook slice forgiveness. Push pull forgiveness. This actually isn't getting to be as bad. It just stinks that these... I wish it told you how much that's being docked by. Like, is it just 1-to-1? It like almost makes me not want to upgrade certain ones of them because of the way that it falls off. I'm at a crossroads. We need 3 to get to 67. Yeah, Chris, we're still on Powerhouse. Yes, sir. I mean, this one's kind of whatever. The draw fade and loft limitations. Scale of the lie range. Yeah, I hate making some of these imbalanced. Like, do you go for contact and then you get power on your fittings, or are there contact fittings? Yeah, it's not telling me. It's like, this should also be our power hitter, right? So this contact is not taking anything off of our power, from what I can tell. Yeah, you can put this up to be further hitting. I think right now it's pretty manageable the way it's at. They're putting us in a bit of a conflicting situation. Putt path versus rhythm. I feel like the rhythm is not as big of a deal. Like, I think you could put more into path and that be okay. I hate spending the VC, but we need to get the challenge done. So I'm just gonna go safe and put it into the putter. Still gonna take some time to figure out exactly what we want to do with things. I think it's ultimately gonna come down to fittings, but we're not gonna know until the full game is out. Right, because this is just all skill stuff. I mean, it probably isn't a bad thing. Because what, that gets the choked approach. I don't care about the rhythm. It really is the contact and the swing path that I would want. Gets a choked approach. Pitch shot, you've got your punch and flop. I feel like flop would be the bigger one there. Bunker getting the splash shot. I mean, we can't even get the pick shot unless you're a technician. Makes your chips a little bit better. I feel like for this demo, these don't matter as much. I feel like this is the more valuable one. And then we only have 11, so we can't get choked approach. Stinger and choked tee shot, I don't think we're gonna do. So we'll save the skill points. We'll save the skill points, but we'll try and maximize the character kind of within the confines of the demo. That is perfectly okay. All right. Oh, look at that. They're giving you a locker code. Level up gives you a level up token. All right. Is that in settings? Redeem locker code. So for those of you who have not done so yet, nice of them for us to say in game, level up. I'm gonna add that to the bot command. So in case anybody is in need of any of the codes. Anybody is in need of the codes. Looks like the bot is in this chat. It looks like I'm gonna have to... Or is it? I don't know, man. The YouTube bot situation has kind of been funky. No? Not gonna work on either of them? I'm gonna have to manually paste it. Okay, got it. Twitch integration, easy. The YouTube integration, especially with 2 streams. Oh, you know what? It's because it's a different... That's because I have it on. I have to have a separate bot. I think I need to set up a separate something for shared. It is what it is. So there you go. If you haven't... What? Oh, right. Because it has to be caps. LOL. Level up. I can't believe they're case sensitive. I can't believe they're case sensitive. There you go. Level up token and some VC. So claim all the codes. Get your things. Claim all your codes. Get all your things. I actually think you're supposed to spend one in the beginner stuff. All right. We're gonna hop into another legend round here. We will try and shoot low, no resetting shots and all of that in just a few minutes. If you have not already, follow the Twitch. If you're enjoying, sub to the YouTube. It would mean a lot to me. Helps the channel immensely. And join the Discord. Discord's the best place to keep up with when we go live and any updates to the content schedule. And just keeping up with the community in general if you enjoy it here. So that's my little self-promotion. We'll be back in 3 minutes. We're gonna take a break, roll some ads, and we'll reconvene here. All right, ready, go.
It's raining.
Ads. I timed that one up pretty nice, yeah. Gave it the nice little push out. Getting pretty good at this. All right, let's run it back. Run it back. Legend swing. We got the achievements. Now it's just, can we put together, and maybe we'll go back to master for a round as well, just to see how forgiving it is between the two. That's gone left. That's gone left. Shame that. Can't seem to find the fairway here. Feels like every time we're on this hole, we gotta go long. Oh boy. Yeah, what's going on, long legs? How have you been? Demo unlimited? It is unlimited. There's obviously only so much content in it, but my understanding is that it is going to be available, like, for the extent, like, not just pre-launch. Yeah, through the life of the game for people to be able to try it out. So it is a true demo. Which I think is pretty nice. let people try the game out, see if they're interested. Don't have to commit to buying it before trying it. So you can play it as much as you want. It's just you can only play the back 9 at TPC Scottsdale. So yeah, it really comes down to how interesting is that to you in the grand scheme of things. Oh, we're slicing. Just barely missing the fairway. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier, like, yeah, I remember I still have it, like my PS2 summer game pack or whatever, like, it was very commonplace. Very, very commonplace for games to put out some sort of demo. Whoa. It's like barely a miss. Yikes. Legend is muy difícil if you are not like these folks who have already mastered the angled swing. All right, we gotta take a partial shot here. Like, that's the crazy part, is like how much these pulls are. Like, I'm so bad at it. Are they wanting to pitch it? What if we can only go to a pitching wedge chip, which I thought you could 9-iron chip it, to be honest. I kind of want to pull that up. I want to use their own words against them. I want to use their own words against them. PGA Tour 2K25, if we go into their up your game, then master your swing. Is that where they said about it? Chip. A standard shot performed with a mid-iron, short iron, or wedge from any surface. So is that a bug that it's only wedges? Or is there something like skill related that we have to have? All right, little bump and run. Too much pace. Honestly, not the worst idea though. Like, that's how you'd play it IRL, right? I underhit it. But a little fast on the tempo, so it worked out. I feel like if I start getting into like the crazy shapes, it'd be problematic. What if we just like try and slightly underhit this 5? Honestly, it wasn't bad. It's just you miss in the wrong spot and you're donezo. You're donezo. We overhit it by 1%. That's better. Look at that. Perfect transition. Little bit of a fade. That's way more what we're looking for on our first swing. We'll take a single bogey, but putting it in the water and taking these bogeys. Way too much. Touch open. How do people hit it so perfect all the time? You don't love the new swing, Brandon? Putting doesn't feel as good? This is next-gen graphics, you can't tell the difference? So, I think the one thing that we have to, I guess, keep in mind, I don't want to say curb our expectations with, because I don't think that's a fair thing to say. I pulled it. Perfect rhythm and contact, but I just straight pull. These games, like, it's an improvement over 2K23, and I think the one thing EA, right, if we're going to use that as our baseline for next-gen graphics, EA has a small pool of courses that they very fine-tuned their assets for that realistic look. 2K has a designer where they allow anybody to create courses and use assets, and they have limitations and stuff with that, and they use that engine to make these courses. So you take a slight trade-off on the overall quality for greater course variety and selection and creation and everything. So I don't think these games will ever look the best, but I think this is definitely an improvement, you know, something that they will continue to build upon. I flew that a little too far. I mean, I hear you though. Like, it's, you know, is it the prettiest game? Absolutely not. Never has been. I don't think it ever will be, because these games are also built a lot more for mechanics. But I agree. I think putting is a little clunky. And by that, I mean, oh wow, I slammed it, 7%. I think the putting is clunky for the sole fact that you have to pull back so far. Like, the amount that you have to swing back does not match the way that the ball rolls. I think that needs work. I do think that needs work. Two years in new gen, can't tell a ton of difference from 23. The other thing too, Brandon, and like obviously, like, I'm trying to remain optimistic with it. I think this looks a little bit crisper and nicer, but this is only one small set of the assets that they use, right? Think about all the different course types that are in the game and all the different course types and stuff that are made through the creator. There's gonna be a lot for us to look at and digest. So that'll be another interesting thing to kind of see over time. Okay. Big pull. We had good contact, good transition, but it doesn't matter. We're in the garbage. What's going on, DK? First takeaway, why does the putting sound so terrible? Had a long putt earlier. Almost hard to get it to the hole in one scenario. Well, the one thing, too, with the sounds at least, I think if you have... I think if your rhythm is off, you get that, like, clunkier sound if your contact is off too. Like, I think if you hit all perfects across the board, maybe you just put it on perfect swing to test, I would expect for it to sound a little bit better. came out way short. But yeah, a lot of the time, the way that you input your shot has a big effect on the sounds that it makes. Yeah, if you have poor contact, it's gonna sound like poor contact. If you have good contact, like that was open, pull, under hit. You know, you're not hitting it in the center of your putter face, so you're getting that, and it just doesn't sound good. Yeah, what up, Lucas? Welcome back for 10 streams in a row. My God, my man. Take away the grid lines on the fairway. It's a setting that you can turn on. It's off by default, I think, on some of the higher difficulties, but you can turn it on in the settings. So they changed some of the defaults for the different difficulty settings. How are we feeling on day 2? I still suck, but we're a little better. I do not have, I know people are talking about how easy it is. Wish I could say I was that good. Wish I could say I was as good as those people. Because, like, I still, look at that, like, all the perfects, but the pull, like, I'm never hitting a swing path and contact perfect on the same swing. Guys are doing it left and right. I don't have that control. I don't know how they have that control. .65 degrees open? I mean, I overswung, but that's probably the closest I've gotten while not hitting perfect. Need to go back in time, not allow the guy from EA to come to 2K. Yeah, it certainly would be interesting, because I think they've definitely taken a lot from EA. They didn't take the randomness, and so obviously I appreciate that, but yeah, I mean, I think there's still room for them to, there's still time for them to make some tweaks. And the thing that's always been the case with these games, there are so many different difficulty setting combinations that you could make that you can still make these games be a bit more what you're looking for, right? Little pull fade. You didn't love it. I see why he didn't love it. Out of the bunker, up the hill, we'll run it up. Yeah. Overswung. Overswung. Hammered it. Hammered it. Well, actually, I was trying to do like an intentional sideways pull to adjust the putt without changing. Never had that issue on 2K23 on performance and everything. I feel like I've only had the lagginess when I'm like zooming in while the ball's in motion. I feel like outside of that, it's been good. That's going right. Like, I feel like outside of that, it hasn't been bad. I feel like it's fine here. It's like, if I start to, I don't know, there are like just a couple of spots. I forget exactly where. It hasn't been too bad, but I do notice it from time to time. I know that's been a complaint that people are having. Yeah, you do have to check that one into the side of the hill, don't you? I'm gonna putt it. I'm gonna putt it. I don't trust. I gotta have good tempo because we didn't have good tempo earlier. Or good rhythm, rather. I still suck at putting, so like that doesn't change. Nice. Open face. Blow it by. Cool. Do you reset your points? Is it going to cost you to put them back on? Oh, that's a good question, Darren. That's a good question. I don't know. I haven't tested that one out. I would assume yes. But that also would kind of stink to like have to double pay for it. So I could see that, but I guess I don't know how that would work if it would like keep track of how many you had applied in our resetting. It's a good question. Unfortunately, I don't have the answer for you. That was... Oh. That was more of a pull. I thought it was bad rhythm. I don't course design, Brandon. That is one thing that I have not dabbled in. I like very briefly opened the designer in 2K21, but you know, I pride myself on knowing and understanding a lot when it comes to the gameplay. .95% power. Didn't feel like I hit it that bad. Okay. I got heavy-handed on the transition, apparently. But yeah, so like I gave it a small look. Seasons game. Get in there. Thank you for the YouTube sub. Fire me right up. Fire me right on up. Things you love to see. Or hear in your ears, you know, however you want to describe it. But yeah, I look because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make like a local course. I'm gonna try and just like look at the map and like see what info I can make, and I like planted a couple pieces of sidewalk and struggled to make it just even have light elevation changes, and I went, nope, I'm good. So yeah, that's my extent of the designer, and that was probably 3.5 years ago at this point. Okay, I think we've heard it. I think we're gonna turn off the menu music. We'll leave gameplay effects and everything. We've got music going in the background. If we change our minds, we can always adjust it. But yeah, Jetski, we're on Legend. I think we're gonna give it a run on Master though. See just how forgiving that is. Multiplayer available if you purchase. So multiplayer is available at launch. Regardless of whether you've pre-ordered or not, this is a free download to anybody. Will be through the course of the game. This is what you get. You get the back 9. You get a little bit of your character customization stuff. You get the back 9 at TPC Scottsdale. That's your gameplay, and you got some training stuff that you can do, which we have not touched the training. Maybe that would help. Tried Legend for the skill points. We did get the skill points for Legend on the second try, which is nice. Oh, that's so much more forgiving. Look at that. Still gonna end up in the bunker, but At least initially that felt more forgiving. I don't know if it actually is. Maybe it's just a... Maybe that's just a gut reaction. Alright, I gotta go heavy fade. And it's still pretty far below my feet. Oh man, look at that. Everything was perfect. It's just open. Evo 2s are going to be to upgrade your clubs rather than the grip shafts heads from 23. So you're going to have fittings still, like the grip shaft heads. But there's this extra concept of like you have a club, it has its base stats. You like level the club up a few times. You unlock fittings on the club, and then you use an Evo tool to basically like prestige the club. All the fittings get destroyed, but each fitting slot on the next prestige is more valuable. So like it starts at +2, then it goes to like +3 or +4, and then it's like 4, 5, 6 or something like that, and then you like max out a club. I think for irons and stuff it works as a whole set, so you do have that, which is nice. Like you're not leveling like a single club at a time, like whole sets. Whole sets are a thing. Sounds way too complex. I think it'll make more sense when we're getting more fittings and, you know, more sets of clubs and everything to mess with. I said it's easier. You still lose the ball what feels like a similar amount. So maybe not. Alright, I'm trying to play this one more of a cut. I didn't want to shape for it. I gotta manually input it. That actually worked out pretty well. Is that the right play? I don't know. But instead of setting up for it and missing it, set up and just get a little fade going, you know? See, I don't know if it's because I'm like pulling it back so slow. I don't know if it's because I'm pulling it back so slow that that's why I'm getting some of those like crazy downswing shots. It could be it. So I've had a couple of putts that we've very much so blasted. Ooh, that's a nice little fade. It's a nice little fade. Come on. Get rolling. Get rolling. Get rolling. Okay, I'm doing the 6% overpower on my putts quite a lot, which is not great. Career mode will be the main way to unlock. Yeah, I think career mode is gonna be like, you're gonna obviously get VC and everything, and there are going to be challenges, right? Or I guess technically quests, right? There's gonna be all of that stuff. Just different things that it tells you to play, right? Go play a ranked game. Go play 2 of this. Do this specific thing to unlock different stuff. I think career mode is gonna have the bulk. I think career mode is gonna have the bulk of it. Oh, come on. Are we finally gonna get a green here? We are finally gonna get a green here because we're playing on Master Swing. I feel like Legend, we've just been brutally murdered. Can we make a putt for once? We need nice tempo. Tempo matters more on putts than it does on full swings. At least that's how it feels. Ew. Ew. Love to see it. Yeah, that's like fractionally off and it's 1 and 2 degrees. I still can't believe we had a point. It was like 0.65 degrees on one of them. Well, that's a straight pull. You almost hope for it to be open when you pull it, because then you just generate a natural fade. Oh, overswing. I mean, I feel like when you're short-sighted, the overswing is a very real possibility. No, oh man. I sliced my putt though. Sliced my putt. One day. One day we'll hit a perfect. We'll hit a perfect off the tee. I don't really know what day that'll be, but one day. I over-adjusted. It was going so well. I over-adjusted it. I've been missing. I can't get it out. We can get it into the light rough though. That at least gives us a chance, yeah. Alright. Can't go at the hole. Pulled it. That's why we're at the hole. Yikes. Yikes. Oh, this is interesting. Look at this. So this lie is so bad we actually have to play a cut shot. And I'm a draw player, so I struggle to hit cut shots. My thumb doesn't process properly in that direction. I don't know what it is. All right, we've been going long. Let's just go straight at it. Chip animation seems weird. Well, to be fair, did not have like good contact, good anything on it, so I would imagine that that's the why. What's going on, Duck Pond Dog? Anyone know if you can play remote play on your phone? How would you check that? I've Steam remote played before, which you would be able to do. I don't think because this game requires joysticks that you'd be able to play without having a controller connected to your phone. But I don't know as far as like console what the possibilities with that stuff are. I have not messed with it. You like have to hit this into that slope. And that came out low. What, just bleed this onto the green in like the slightest little bit. Yeah, look at that push. That still rolls out so far, even with the shape. Yeah, near side chips are rough. Alright, you gotta get straight line. Sliced it, man. Sliced it. Can't even break par on faster. I mean, we're a lot closer. Just still have swing dispersion. I mean, plain and simple. I do not have, yeah, if you want to call it a precision swing or anything like that, we don't got it. We don't got the precision swing. Perfect, but there's always something. There's always something with it. We're either open, we're pulling, we're some combination of the two. One thing, like, I would love to be able to hit these. I'd love to be able to hit these better. And my putting rhythm has been atrocious. My putting rhythm has been atrocious. All right, we had a really good start, and then it fell apart. We've got to do better. We've got to do better. It's all about that. It's all about that swing angle. And we're just the littlest bit off, but it is very, very punishing. It is very, very punishing. But we gotta go again. It's like go again and again and again. I think what we'll do one more round with Powerhouse, and then maybe we try Technician and just see with that character like how the taking the distance loss and putting on the extra forgiveness feels. Because I think that would be quite useful. Use Technician, it's so much more forgiving. So I feel like we need. You know? Feel like that's what we need. Because right now, just... low roll, low roll, low roll. Even when I'm like trying to play. Power would hurt on courses with more undulation. Here you can still hit 300-yard drives despite the stock driver going 265. Right, and that's why like I think having multiple bags is going to be, you know, a very important piece to it all. Wow, look at that. We almost hit like a fully perfect swing. Imagine. Imagine that. I also wonder if we didn't shape the shot in like this and we just went for like the angle that it starts at, how that would affect things. I don't think it would change much other than you would just have more natural shape going on. Because right now we're just kind of hitting everything. Is it straight up and down? It looks like it's like a little bit crooked. We need 94%. Not even close. Like my thumb and my brain not on the same page at all. Firm? Not as firm as I thought. I'll take it. Sometimes all of the wrong misses come together for the right miss, which isn't even a miss. It's just what you wanted to do in the first place. All right, 2.74 degrees open, and you're dead. That's the part that's like kind of crazy to me. You know, that's the part that's kind of crazy to me. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Doesn't feel like we missed all that much, but it's like you're off by the slightest bit and you missed. You missed the green entirely. Rank difficulty gonna be on pro? It is. It is. There are some screenshots from the guys that went out to test the game. Oh boy, just give me the re-tee. Tried Master Almost Impossible. It's tough. I mean, the wild part is there are guys that are out there on Legend shooting good scores. I've tried. I've tried Legend. I don't have it. I don't have the skill. I mean, even Master right now, right? Like, we have yet to break par. Will we get there? Maybe. Hopefully. Jeez, man. I struggle with the putting rhythm. I don't know if it's because of the vibration with it. I think having a more natural stroke definitely helps. We're getting better contact. I just can't get the swing path to go with it. I did Mr. Incredible. Yeah, there was talk in the Plat Discord. Some guys are just good at the game. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Perfect. Wow, look at that. Perfect strike. I mean, obviously, we've never had that situation before, so this is the first time green in regulation for us. overswung it. Yeah. Overswung it, over rhythm. I actually think that with how slow the putter is and how far you have to pull, my tempo is really, really bad with it. Not overswinging makes a huge difference for you. If you swing 99%, then your contact and path is so much better. I'll have to try and get under. It's kind of hard. Maybe I have to under aim it so that the vibration goes a touch earlier and like mentally it doesn't feel that way. So let's do that. Let's try. Let's aim it back just a little bit. I mean, I still have the pull. But I mean, you are right? Like, that's how it's worked in the other games. If you overswing, your forgiveness window shrinks. We're gonna pull the aim back just a couple percent. Like, we overswung relative to what we set our transition at. I still don't know if that has any actual effect. It might. It might. It also might not. Gotta remember, we're using really low character. Oh, we are. 2 under? Yeah, I'm still floating above par. But that's mostly because of enough errant shots. Enough errant shots, enough, you know, putts that we should make and don't. So I'm floating now. We're getting closer to being just over. It's the pull. The pull, man. I can't seem to get it all together. But also, what's going on, left foot? I know I read your message and answered, but I didn't say hello. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying the demo. I feel like my putting was honestly better on Legend yesterday when we took the power, or we took the vibration off, rather. Alright, I'm gonna overpower this one because I do want to get a little bit further. I held it long enough that it didn't actually go any further. And we just block it out into the sand. Nice. Nice. I don't want to splash. I want a pitch shot out of the bunker. See, this is interesting. So it says 55 yards to the pin, up 4. It says the shot is 60. That's not mathing to me. 56. Something's not right there, Chief. Way more comfortable with the draw. Yeah, I my first couple rounds I tried fade bias. Draw bias is draw bias has been better. Draw bias has been better for sure. Oh, you know what? That's because I have the shot shape on it. That's 60. Okay, I'm just a big numbnuts. Don't mind me. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. Now we gotta do another near side like bump and run. Alright, this is the IRL. You check it into the top. Everything was good other than, oh, I don't know, the swing path. I just do not have, there's something about like, I'm a left stick swing, easier for me to pull in and go out. Once I have to try and like push out and pull, I must have to like regrip my controller or something if I want to have any chance at it. Because I'm having a much better time with this. Your left stick too, try a fade bruiser? We tried it to start. The draw has been a lot more natural to me. Oh, look at that! We're throwing darts. Kinda, sorta. I mean, that's the best shot we've hit here. Yeah, we started with the fade, and the fade wasn't it for me. We moved to the draw, and we've had a lot more luck. Overhit it. Overhit it. We had a chance to go one over. We had a chance. How to go back? First round, Rio, like our warm-up round, was good. Our second round, like when we actually went into Plat, I like lost my tempo, and honestly, because we made the cut and everything, and I'm not gonna win, the tempo was so bad, I just like didn't care. I shot like a 3 under. It just kind of one of those weird things of like, just felt obligated to do it. I mean, I even called it obligatory Plat round 3. So I think probably just gonna rush round 4, play just this tomorrow, and then maybe be done with TGC, play the Impossible Challenge next week. I feel like I just want to get more reps with this and just try and figure the swing out. Bruiser, thank you for the follow. Thought you've been following forever. It is very possible that you followed in the past and, you know, through the mysteries of Twitch, unfollowed. It happens. Either way, here's the thing. At the end of the day, when it comes to a live stream, somebody being there is more important than whether they follow or anything like that. Also, Locke said, what's going on? Nad, welcome back. Hello, hello. Bullshed, thank you for the follow. Not gonna lie though, I appreciate follows because it just means more likelihood of people returning. You know, same way that like well, YouTube subs are different because we're under 1,000. Like once you're over 1,000 and monetize, like that stuff, if you're watching the video, sub versus unsub doesn't really matter. But like the concept is the same. In a live stream or on videos, if somebody watches every stream or watches every video, interacts with all the content you do, and they never follow, that person way more valuable than the person that follows and never comes back. You know what I mean? Like it's that sort of trade-off. Draw offset the natural fade of power. I have the draw bias, and then I kind of fade it to get it to a line that's better for me. I just rarely hit perfect on it. Your treasured follow? Yeah, something like that. Something like that. We're getting there. Look at that. No birdies. No birdies, but we're getting close. No birdies, but we're getting close. Heck yeah, get in there, Bruiser. I like the YouTube advertisement. Because we're working towards 1,000. There it is. There's a YouTube sub. Dean Stone with the YouTube sub. I don't know if that's exposing things, but that's what comes up because YouTube subs. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're coming up on 1,000. Or at least that's the goal. I'm not going to say we're coming up on 1,000. 1,000 is the goal, near term. We're coming up on 900. Which is pretty crazy, because in the last month we were at like 800. So We've been making crazy progress, and I owe it all to you guys and the new game. I'm enjoying it. So yeah, I mean, that discussion. Oh, they're just coming through now. Wheels, get in there. Fire me right up. Fire me right up. Love that. Love that. Yeah, that was unplanned advertisement, but I love it. I love it a lot. Yeah, we're gonna come back in just a few minutes here. Unfortunately, we gotta let ads roll. But what I will say, because I just want to preface it, I would rather have ads hit at a controlled time rather than Twitch just deciding to roll ads when people join the stream. So we're gonna roll ads. We're gonna take a break together. We will come back and we're gonna try and break par. We're getting there. All right, we're gonna try and break par on Master. I know it's not as impressive as what other people are doing, but that's what we're aiming for. So I'll see you back here in 3 minutes, and then we go again.
It's raining.
Ads. It's like a fun little mini game to see which stack gets the highest and how high it goes. But yeah, like I said, it's such a detriment to a stream, in my opinion, and I was kind of against it for a while because I'm kind of the oddball guy that will park myself. I guess some people are like it too, but it's not always the case. The average person is gonna watch 20 to 30 minutes, right? on average, right? You're gonna have people that pop in and leave because I am not entertaining or whatever, annoying, but too big of a forehead, you name it. And you're gonna have people that stick around for a while, but on average, people are not like the super long-term players, right? I said I was gonna make a new character. It's kind of the oddball person to watch a stream for like a crazy amount of time, right? What ends up happening, like I would like to go in and then not see ads for the rest of it. That's how I always was. It was like, so that's how I'll run my stream, right? People get a pre-roll and then that's that. But what it does is when you have a new person come to your stream, they know nothing about you, right? At least like people that are coming back, you'd sit through an ad because you know what's coming. But any new person, especially like when you're like this and there's more traffic in the directory, the last thing you want is somebody to click on your stream, get hit with ads and go, why should I even give this guy a chance, and leave, right? And then if you run mid-roll ads, if you run ads but they're not pre-rolls, you run into I'm mid-conversation with you and then an ad hits and you have a minute and a half where you don't know what's going on. You can't like rejoin the conversation. It's a pain to pull up the VOD to try and like backtrack and like catch up while also the new thing going on. And that's only if you're on the computer. Like 60% or more of you guys on average are watching on a mobile device or a TV. Like from this community, and it's probably like a more general thing these days, mobile viewage, even though the mobile app sucks, the mobile app is where the majority of people consume their content. I found the same thing with YouTube. A lot of people just watch on their phone. It's convenient, even outside of like shorts. So we've gone to the model of taking control of it. We run ads, but in a way where it is just like an ad break. It's like you're watching commercials on TV. You're not going to miss anything. It's annoying. But new people don't get hit with ads. They get a chance to check out the channel, see if they like it. It's already a low percentage thing in general, so you may as well cast the net a little bit wider. And, the money is a secondary thing. Obviously, big channels make big money off of running ads. I don't do it for that. It's purely for the sake of the stream. So, yeah, that's the whole thing with it. I don't know. I feel like it's a good thing to explain. It's probably a good thing just for other content creators to know in general. As they might not be familiar with the concept. I'm just gonna leave him as pro golfer. We can always rename this stuff later. Yo, what's going on, USN? Brutal Cycle, what up? Appreciate that. Appreciate you. How are you doing? Gone back and forth on the issue quite a bit. I was pro pre-rolls only for a long time because me as a viewer, like I said, I'm the type of person that I'm gonna probably join a stream and park myself there for an hour plus, right? But that's not the normal. That's not the normal flow for a lot of people. So I had to kind of take a step back to, okay, how does the average viewer consume content on Twitch and go from there. We're gonna slice that out into the bunker, aren't we? Oh baby, what a line. What a line. Seeing Old McDonald with a big E-I-E-I-O, they go back to, I went to the bathroom at the break and I heard something, but I didn't know what he was saying. I was just concerned that like, oh, he's awake. But no, I didn't know that's what was going on. But yeah, so that's how I started Barrett, was like just with that concept, and then it was like, how much does that actually make sense? You know, how much does that actually, if the average person is watching 20 to 30 minutes and you're killing so many of your potential new followers, like at least if you give somebody a reason to follow, then there's a chance that they'll come back. Yes, it's a pain to sit through the ads for 3 minutes, but you're not missing anything. So then it just comes down to, if people are enjoying it, you're gonna sit through it and nobody's gonna miss a thing. And that's where I would rather be at. Oh, there we go. There we go. Come on. Has been asleep since 7:30? Well, yeah, and I'm like, am I being too loud? Yeah, that's kind of where I started to get concerned. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, Brutal. It's tough. I'm not good at it. But I think that that's part of the enjoyment factor at the moment. You know, we're not immediately fantastic. You know, we're getting better. You know, and this is all with like the base characters, right? So once we get to a spot where things are more upgraded, we should start having a lot better results. I will say, it's very impressive what people have been able to do. You know, shooting way under par on Legend. I don't have that in me. At least not yet. Look at this. Now we're making birdie putts. There is a 3-click option, yes. Oh, look at that. They're even saying it's highlight worthy. They're even saying it's highlight worthy, which is a reminder I should just shut those off. I don't need to be auto replayed. I don't need to be auto replayed. Where is that at? Cameras? Auto instant replays. Also, I'm gonna just preemptively turn that off. Actually, I'll leave it on until we get annoyed at career mode. I'm not gonna preemptively turn off career mode settings while playing. While playing the demo. I can get annoyed at the career mode replays later. I haven't even seen how they behave in this game. Yeah, see, you have to pull back so far. Yeah, I don't know how I love the, like... The putting and chipping just feels like there's a little bit too much club. A little too much swang. A little too much swing. Yeah, it's... I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's forgiving on Master, but Legend definitely has a little bit more violence. A little bit more violence in the system. I think you just hit it. Yeah, I just think you hit a 3-wood here. Could maybe even play it a little bit more out to the right. A perfect? In this economy? Came out actually a little bit short. Trying to play it up and over the ridge, but that just ended up pretty much playing purely sideways. Talcum, what? I know, bullshit. I'm like quick scanning through the characters. I'm like, all right, we'll make a new one. And this dude was just like as ghostly as could be. It's pretty gnarly. Pretty much give you an albino character. Oh, I missed it to the right. Just a little bit low side. Smothered in Johnson & Johnson. Yeah, get my sunblock on before I go out on the course. Yeah, I'm not actually this pasty, but this makes me even pastier. Oh man. Do you guys know, I've watched a few videos of him, he's pretty funny, on YouTube. Oh man, hold on. I want to get the name right. But he always wears like, he always puts like some sort of like sunblock on his nose, and then like as his videos go, it gets to be progressively or golf sidekick. Golf sidekick. Check him out if you haven't. He does like IRL golf tutorial type stuff, but he's got some pretty wild sunblocking, to say the least. Did I miss it left? No, we plugged. That's sand. We're in the lip. That's saying the ball's like half in. Saying that's like a 60% lie. 60%. Oh boy. Oh, I can get it nice. It came out so short. All right, that was 60% lie, and then way more uphill than I had ever played for. Break. Oh, there's all the break. Behind the hole. Yeah, thinking about it now, the pasty guy out in the desert is, it can't be good for his skin. Crazy thing happened in 25? Tell me about it, Rob. Yo, my mans can barely cover off this tee box. My mans can barely cover up this tee box. So it does still have the baby draw with the slight push. I am wondering if you don't shot shape it, is it better or not? Yeah, we don't have the legs, that's for sure. Oh, I punched it down too far. Okay, we can live with light rough. Just bad angle. I don't think we'd be pitching out here. I think we'd be playing a little bit of partiality. Overhit that. Overswang. Send it. Yeah, I feel like the partials, I'm actually better with the, like, just feeling it out. Same way with putting. I actually feel like we're better at putting when we don't have vibration and we're just kind of guessing. as odd as that may be. Ball was in deep fringe by the water. Your guy looked like he was all the way in the water for a shot. I've seen a couple of those where guys are like fully submerged in the water, and it's just kind of like a, how does that work? Ew. Pull hook. Downhill line. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. From that lie to get out there and save the par. I dig it. I dig it. I have to remember, we're on an archetype that has more forgiveness. But that also means you can't drive this green. You gotta play full layup or overpower. It's only 102. It's gonna put us in the bunker, isn't it? Yeah. That 108 that we hit. That 108 that we hit is really sticking in my brain. This could go as back as like 80%. Partial it a little bit, try and get a hop and stuff, like get some sort of check. Go. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Very close. Very close. I have it dialed now. Well, we'll have to see what Legend is like. But when it comes to Technician, I don't know if we're just swinging it better or there's that little bit extra. We're getting some better inputs. I gotta hit a freaking iron into this. I'm gonna play it a little bit more to the left. Wasn't really trying to pull it, but I was trying to aim, get about like pin high out to the left here. Just give ourselves a putt. Because it's gonna break. Alright, straight back, straight up. %, extra power. Nice, Colby. This is what happens when you stare at your... This is why my putting rhythm is a lot better when I don't have that power, that vibration, that putting. I slam it. I think because of how long that is. Right. We don't even have anything on the skill tree. I think it has to be that contact just makes it a bit easier. So there we go. First under par round for Master. We go 3. Now I think we try and bump it up to Legend and see just how unforgiving that is. I think that's kind of the next thing to really test out. Also, I'm realizing that there was another YouTube sub like right after we took our break, and I missed it because it popped up probably right after I left. So Bernie, thank you for the YouTube sub. If you're still hanging around, I appreciate it. You are not unseen. You are not unseen. Which I guess would also technically be correct to say you are seen. But my English are good. So we need a score of 32, which is what, 4 under? That's like the last one that we're gonna need. I don't know what reach level Emerald is. Oh, you know what? I think that means that you Evo. You have to Evo tool something. I don't know if I want to use my Evo tool yet, to be honest. Also, do your clubs carry over between your characters? Is it just the archetypes? Let me see about that. My player. Golf bag. Okay, so each character, even if it's the same set of clubs don't carry over. I get it, kind of sucks, but yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be really interesting to see, like, what does the VC grind look like, right? I think that's gonna dictate a lot about how we feel about this game overall, because if there's grind there that is not fun, like, play through the career and then kind of see how much work does it take, because obviously I don't want to run like a whole career mode for every character. You know, it's kind of like it's a good thing that there's something to grind for, because not everybody is a TGC competitive grinder, right? People like having a career mode to play. That's a big part of a lot of franchises. Run career mode once, then use rebirth for any other characters. But I thought that just unlocks. I thought once you unlock level 90, that just unlocked. I full closed it. We're gonna be in that bunker. I feel like I'm in this bunker often. Gather your thoughts. I thought once you hit level 90, it like lets you automatically like unlock points to go up to 85, but it was or like maybe them up to 90 as well, but it was I was under the impression, from what I read, this isn't from anybody, but from what I read, that you would need to like grind them out yourself to 99 then. I thought the uphill I was going to play a lot more. Up to 85, but free attribute points. Don't need to spend VC on the first ones to 85. Okay. That wasn't how I read it. My interpretation was you get the AP to level 85. That you would still have to spend VC to level that character, but you would have the AP unlocked already, but you would still have to level it to 99. That was how I read it. But again, I don't have any confirmation from anybody. That's just me reading the thing. Okay, we're starting to get some more perfects. Again, I don't know if that's because of the archetype we're on. It might be. It might actually, like, maybe behind the scenes it does more rounding rather than increasing forgiveness. Maybe archetypes give better rounding ability. I don't know. Download the game on Steam, might play smoother on PC, but you already pre-ordered. I mean, you still have time to change your mind if you want to. You know, I think there's also always the chance that they improve it, because PlayStation and Xbox are fixed. Oh man, the dip at the end. Are fixed in terms of like their internals set up, right? So if there are performance issues on these platforms, they'll have to address it, whereas you might not have to address it, so to speak, on PC, because everybody and their mother has a different build. Ooh, into the bunker. Ah, look at that little perfect opening for it to go. PC for $85 to $99, but $65 to $85 would be free. I mean, we'll see, and maybe there's somebody that can correct that information. You know, I am not one of the ones in a position to have that knowledge, you know. Yeah, I flubbed the rhythm. I flubbed the rhythm again. So like if you back out of any sort of splash chip putt, I mean, you kill it. It's death. 3900, 2070 Super. Well, you also have customization options in terms of your you have customization options in terms of like what settings you play on. And I guess technically we have some sharpness stuff we can adjust, but I guess that's really it for the PS5. We hit that one a little bit open. It might kick left from here. No, too short. So now we're going to be on a short-sided hill. I need a flop shot. Oh, see, this is where if you tried to... Okay, if we try and flop, you have to take a big, huge cut. And I suck at that. If we try and pitch it... Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Okay. Try and use this hill. Yeah, I got to the left of it. Yeah, flop's the shot you want to have there, but that one has a much higher degree of difficulty, especially for someone like me. It is interesting how it gives you that sort of conflict. I will say one thing I don't appreciate is that, like, it shows you how your shot shape, like, you can't turn that off like you could in the last game. The, like, pro vision side of it. I feel like it shouldn't show you what your shot shape is going to do to the aim marker. I feel like that's something we should have to learn. Or TGC might be on Legend due to being able to see the power meter or power ring. I mean, if you turn it off, you can see it and then it fades away and then you can't stare at it. I mean, there's the option to manipulate the settings, right? Like, there's Legend default, but you can manipulate them. You know, but you would be able to turn off the shot setup feedback or have it fade. And then it's not there for you to stare at the thing. I think if they did that, you would probably have to leave like the transition vibration on. TrueSim would turn it off. Oh, come on. Stay on. Stay on. Hey, what's going on, Doily? Not giving much thought to settings yet? Yeah, I mean, I think... I'm not surprised at that. I know some people are... That's all they think about. But I think it's... Everybody kind of is playing, getting a feel for things, and kind of having an idea of, like, this feels good, this makes it harder in this way. Ah, that broke. A little bit open on the club face. Yeah, right, you're getting ideas, right? Yeah, we finally broke par on Master. We're hitting so much more with the Technician, but you can still block them like that. So yeah, a lot of different things at play. But I don't think much of it matters until you can mess around with firmness and green speeds and wind and like really see, okay, how tough do things get when you actually have faster greens and more conditions to deal with. Hold it a little bit left of the flag. There's a hill? Okay, you can sit there. Yeah, there's just gonna be so much experimenting. Like, everybody's playing, everybody's at different skill levels. Nobody has leveled up characters. Underhit it. I don't know what it is. Putting rhythm, I get so tripped up on, and I think it's how long that backswing animation is. I get like, I guess antsy would be the best way to describe it. Like, I get just like a little bit on the anticipatory side. So it does kind of feel like mishitting your swing plane affects the distance. Like there's the 8.4% power. Like, I'm waiting for it, so then I slam it. As soon as I take vibration off on putts, I feel like I have a much better feel. So like, that's unnecessary bogey because we're just blasting it past. More of a skill gap on Evo. Alright, this is going right at the bunker, but I want to try and overpower it. Only 102 again? I'm telling you, I got 108 one time. And my brain is hyper fixated on it. Harley feel the vibration. Hit the mute microphone button. I think that's one thing that people often don't realize is the mic is on by default. There's like a PlayStation setting that the mic being on like modifies the vibration. You'll get a lot more out of it. Nice. Nice. Yeah, after the round, I'll see if I can find the exact mic setting. But you like set, I think in the mic setting, you can set your intensity. But then for whatever reason in the game, like if, oh, I missed that. Gosh darn it. For whatever reason, if you play it like have with the mic open, which is the default, and I don't know if you can change that, it comes out so poorly. Also, why is the hybrid a worse slide percentage than the iron? Can somebody explain that one to me? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Spin just impossible? I think on default shots, default ball, you just can't get as much spin as you could in the last game. There are skills, right, that give you the pick or things like that. The skills are gonna matter. What's going on, Adam? In terms of the level up grind, if the levels are static, they don't get harder to level up as you go. Be at 90 already in the time that you've played. Yeah, but any game has the XP required to move to the next will be higher every time you level up. Oh, I blocked it. It's like the right rollout. Look at that touch. Look at that touch. We're just off, and now we gotta do the little chip chip chipperoo. You just have to swing some. I don't know. The chipping and the putting. The amount that you have to swing back to get the distance you need. That was by far our best legend attempt. And we honestly gave up some extra bogeys that were unnecessary. The VC need to upgrade a skill doesn't seem to change depending on what skill you put it in. Said it cost, yeah, so I think upgrading your attributes and everything, that's all like fixed cost, right? It's like 125 per level. And then like, you know, upgrading your club with the Evo swing every time, like that's one Evo upgrade thing. I forget what the Evo tool, right? So you have a lot of fixed cost stuff. It's a lot about how do you acquire VC, and then how much does it take to progress to the next level. You know, I'm sure if we look through replays of it, we can see some sort of increase from level to level, and assuming that individual golfers can level up to, say, 40 or 50, something like that. You know, that's going to scale out. It's going to start requiring thousands. You're probably not going to be able to get a level in a single round, or maybe you can if you're playing on the right difficulty combo. You know, some of that stuff. So you'll be able to upgrade things. It'll be interesting to like tinker in the My Player with the balance of things, right? Because like you get extra stats, but I keep looking at some of these and going, I don't really want to adjust it because I don't want to hurt the other one, right? Like, it's weird because it moves the value, but it doesn't drop it. And what I mean by that is like, you up it to 76, but it doesn't drop the other one to 61. At least, maybe it does once you confirm it. There are certain ones that are just like, I don't know if I want to give up the value that we have there. It only hurts the max potential of it. Oh, is that what that gray slider is. Okay. Okay, that's actually really good to know, because I was thinking about how the trade-off system works in 2K23, and that each one actually has, like, if you get the bonus points, right? It's like it's free and then it docks. So this just docks what you can take it up to, but you can add all of them. Okay, that makes me feel actually a lot better. Gives me more to think about with how we're gonna level them up, but I like hearing that. That makes me feel a heck of a lot better about it. Very good. All right, appreciate that info, Rio. Okay, let me pull up what we were talking about with the vibration though for Rob. Controller settings. So this is, so you have the vibration intensity that you can configure in here, and maybe I should just do like a quick little tutorial thing to put out for people, because I think this keeps coming up of like, the vibration is crap. It's the same thing in 2K23. Mute the mic on your controller because it's on by default. That vibration will crank the heck up. I don't know if there's anything that says about like I don't know if there's anything that says in the controller settings about like the microphone and how it behaves. But let me see, let's go to the T-Box just so I can kind of show you guys. I'll try and rumble it on my desk and see if the mic picks it up. Let me see here. The best way to do, let me make sure that I take off, where's my microphone at? Because I have a filter on my mic. Let's take the filter, let's take the noise gate off. All right. So this is gonna be the vibration sound. We'll push this down as close as we can get it. See what you guys can hear. So I'm just gonna put the controller on the desk. You probably can't even hear that. Let me turn off the music too. So if you hear that little faint, that's the vibration. Mute the mic. It's a little bit louder. I know it's very subtle, but in your hands, big difference. So I don't know if that's a thing when it comes to, also I don't know if that picked up on the mic at all, so if it didn't, then sorry, bad tutorial, but that's all I can do. I don't know how that works on the Xbox controllers, but if you're using a PlayStation 5 controller, at least on PS5, mute the mic and your vibration will pick up substantially. It will pick up substantially. All right. So yeah, Tactician, we seem to have a lot better luck with. Feel like we'll need to do some more testing of like using the Tactician, and like if we get on a roll then playing with the Powerhouse, because I can't quite tell, was it just that much more forgiving or was our swing better? Because our swing did get a bit better. What does having the vibration do? So you can have, when you're in your settings here, vibration is now a difficulty setting, but you have a couple of options. So you can have it off. Obviously, if it's off, it does nothing. But if your vibration is on, you can have it set for transition only. So when you get to the top of your swing, it'll vibrate. Or you can have it on correction, which means when you're doing your angled swing, the further from the point on your backswing that you are, the more it'll vibrate. Right? So you'll get no vibration if you take it to the proper point, and that's kind of like feedback of like, okay, yeah, that feels good. But if you're off on it, it'll vibrate, and then you can have it set to be on, which will put it for both your transition and your aim. So I don't know how that works, because technically you get to the top. So like I don't know if it vibrates like on the way back and then vibrates at the top. So it's like, hey, you're going on the correct line. If you're offline, it like helps you to try and like wiggle your stick on the way back, I guess. I like it for transition only because that's what I'm used to for 2K23. What's going on, Yar's Revenge? You had no vibration on PS5 on PC that helped you? Perfect. That's also just good to know in general that the same thing happens when you use the PS5 controller on PC. We're hopping between archetypes because the bottom and top points are more or less to the side because of the correction stat being different. Oh, that is true. That is true. The tactician versus the powerhouse, they may have been just offset enough to be where I like it. I think affecting the swing bias and the contact, like you have to kind of keep those in mind, because the more that you offset them, you might get one that's out here and one that's a little more straight. Ideally, you could have it like in a straight line and just always have it, but if you adjust one more than the other, like the swing bias but not the hook, like, yeah, it's a weird situation you can get yourself into. So you kind of have to like level them up to a spot that's comfortable for you. Colby from YouTube, what's going on, Whacker Guy? You'll go no vibration, your wife's is enough? Hey, whatever works. Whatever works. You're going for the sim experience, right? Except the sim experience involves no vibration IRL. Anywho. Anywho. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. That is gonna do it for this one. We've got round 4 Plat to play tomorrow. But I think we'll just play that, and then we'll hop back over into this. I don't know how much more time we'll spend playing on stream. I might do a video or two going over some stuff from the demo if the creative juices start to flow over the weekend. So that stuff will be up on the YouTube. If you have not subbed over there already, it would mean the world to me. We have had tremendous support this evening as the stream has gone along. So for that, I thank you all. We're up to 886 subs. Get in there. Come on, man. Fire me right up. Fire me right up. Follow the Twitch, sub to the YouTube, join the Discord. That's going to be where anytime anything updates with the stream, or just you want the go live notification, don't trust Twitch. They suck. The Discord link is in the chat. It's also in the video description and on the channel page and everything. So if you hear me say it and you can't find it in the chat, there are other places to get after it. But yeah, that's all I got for you. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. 2K23 and 2K25. And then, yeah, we'll be back. We've got some unfinished business in 2K23. So we're going to be playing the Impossible Challenge at Loopers Only next week. Trying to break our PB, try and get that challenge done before the new game is officially here. So that's all I've got to say about that. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. Let's go say hi to Cockster. Cockster's playing this as well, so I'll keep you in the normal pool of things. A lot of you guys should already know him at this point. If not, that's fine. Meet somebody new. Go and say hello. Have a wonderful rest of your Wednesdays, and I'll see you over there. Bye!